Hey guys, how are you doing? I hope that you're good. It's been a minute. I haven't been making screencasts because if you've been watching the weekly lessons, then you know that they are being put together by Mrs. Bornowski because that's her job while we're out. And I figured you probably missed my face, but and his, right? So we were like, well, we should at least put together some video. But anyhow, thank you for all of your hard work. You've been doing an amazing job. In fact, across the eighth grade, we are seeing results of over 85% of work completion, which is fantastic. And on Monday, this week's lesson, we had a survey on the first slide that asked, how does the workload feel? And 90% of students reported that the workload for language arts feels just right, with the next most popular answer being maybe too much. So if you're feeling that, please do let your teacher know because maybe we can find ways to pull back a little bit for you. Yeah. Some other things that we noticed from that survey was that, or some other feedback that we got, is that maybe you're not sure where things are in Schoology. So I figured I could talk about that. All right. So I went ahead and I did a little bit of housekeeping in Schoology. Again, I've done this a couple times. I'm trying to make it as easy as possible. So when you go to Schoology and you go to our class, you're going to, first of all, whenever I post new stuff on Fridays, I always post an update with the kind of the week overview in there, just so it shows up in your newsfeed. But then everything you need is really under the materials tab over here. So when you go to the materials, don't look in the calendar or anything like that. It's just look at materials. So now I've whittled it down to 2 folders, all of the stuff from before spring break, and then distance learning. So if you look in distance learning, it's then divided by week. So you can just go to the week that you need and get those materials. So for example, this week's lesson is right at the top. It's in yellow. I also just added a new folder called Tools to Help You Organize Your Work. Actually, that should be called Your Week. Because we know that it can be challenging for you to figure out, like, how am I supposed to figure out what to do on what day? So if you look in this folder, you're going to see a video created by Mrs. Boersma. Some of you know Mrs. Boersma from 7th grade. She was a 7th grade language arts teacher before she became an instructional coach. So she talks through how she would plan her week. And then there's a slideshow with the same information, just in a slideshow so you can look back at it. Then there's a weekly planner that you can feel free to use. You just make a copy of it. And then there's a sample of one filled out. So you can use that if you find it helpful. But I think that's about it. I hope that you're all doing well and staying healthy. And I miss you so much. And I hope to hear back from you. So send us jokes.
Yes.
That's our request.
Hold on. Where's my hand? There. There. With the yellow. And banana.
All right. You guys take care. We'll see you